All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon for you. Good morning for me.
Happy Monday. It feels like it was already Monday last week.
Yeah, too many Mondays. It's,
Bad Mondays.
well,
How was your weekend, Penguin?
my weekend was good. I got to watch my hockey team lose for the 60 odd time in a row, and yeah, it was perfect.
I
Couldn't
see
ask.
you did not make the barber.
I did not make the barber. No, I was wallowing in self-pity. Actually, my fiance said I should just grow it out and see what it looks like with some long-haired hippied freak.
I mean, I could see it, and then you got to get some dreads there, misappropriate some culture.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I've already got that issue where my shirts, my current collection of shirts, don't necessarily fully cover the gut anymore. So I can just be the long-haired guy with a gut hanging out, wearing sandals 365 days a year. It'll be perfect.
You can pull off the Bray Wyatt look, I think.
I don't know if I'm familiar with that.
Oh, he's the Fiend, or he was the Fiend in wrestling for a while.
Oh, okay.
He's the son of IRS.
Oh.
Yeah, Wyndham Rotunda. So we do have a guest today. He's just switching internet connections, and then he will be joining us shortly. He is the man from Mexico, Calaveritas.
Calaveritas, which I know my question is that truth? Is the veritas in his name truth, or is it just a coincidence?
Well, Calavera is skull.
Okay.
Well, I think Calaveritas means little skulls.
Okay.
And that would match with, some of his art collections he's done, which were a bunch of little skulls.
It would.
But we can let him officially confirm that, because that's just my guess, knowing my Spanish as I do.
Exactly. Yeah, you're okay. But first, I have a quiz for you.
Oh, great. All
right.
right.
What is the give me one of the 10 most expensive NFTs sold to date?
Well, obviously there was the Beeple one.
That would be the first one on the list. Yep. 6.6 million, but that is the least expensive according to this list.
There was definitely, well, if the least was 6.6, I think the most expensive Bored Ape was only in the 4s, so that probably wouldn't make it.
No Bored Apes on there, but another collection.
Maybe there was a CryptoPunk at one point that went for more.
Yeah, I wish there was a way I could only show me and not show everyone, but that's okay. Never heard of right click and save as guy.
I must have never heard of that in my life.
Must have missed the memo.
Okay, there is a CryptoPunk, so I was right on
Snoop Dogg bought it. Yeah, CryptoPunk, 7.57 million. This guy smoking a pipe.
Oh yeah, I've seen him before. I mean, I know the top one for sure is that picture I drew of Tilting Shock once.
It is 100%. That sold for 112 million.
That set us for life. So,
but it was 112 million Luna, and it was 2 days ago.
I would never sell it. It's priceless, as in it's worthless.
My mom said that to me one time. Yeah. Oh, Jason, you're worthless. I mean, priceless.
I feel like we've had this conversation before. I'm getting deja vu.
There's only so many things we can talk about. We've already known each other for a year, so that's about.
Well, let's say hey to Kid Beast. He popped in and said hello.
Hey, Kid Beast. Let's put your name in lights, like Dirk Diggler. So yeah, CryptoPunks make up the middle of the list. We got one here that sold for 11.7 million. Human One, another Beeple design, 28.9 million. Clocks was meant to raise funds to defend Julian Assange after his controversial imprisonment. The clock showcases the number of days Assange has been behind bars. Winning bid, 16,000 ETH.
Yeah.
The first 5,000 days is a colossal compilation of 5,000 pieces of artwork that differs in terms of content, medium, and style. That Beeple made 69.3 million.
Oh, I didn't know Pac had 91 million for that stupid dot.
Yeah.
Sorry, by stupid dot if I offend anyone, but
Sure you're only offending the artist. Yes, End of Days will be on the list. That's right. That's right. We'll be number 2. The winning faction's god will go for $92 million. Hang on.
well,
Better
that'll be a riot gear then, I guess, in that case.
just add my little disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing that is relevant to your interests. How Metaplex is solving Solana's network crashing NFT botting problem. Well, is Metaplex solving Solana's network crashing NFT botting problem?
It'd be nice if they would, but from what I saw, bots are not the problem often. The problem is just Solana is still immature, and there's some errors that pop up that I'm pretty sure have nothing to do with bots. They just have to do with it still needing a little bit of work.
Yeah, this is saying that. Oh, it's basically saying drops are being botted, and that's what's putting pressure on the network. But it's like, if it's a popular enough drop to get botted, then it's likely you would have had the same amount of real people trying to buy if they could have bought anyways.
No, I mean, here it said something like 6 million transactions, right? So
yeah,
you're not getting 6 million real people trying to buy it.
No, I suppose that's true. Oh, our special guest has arrived. Are we ready?
Yeah, let us
it.
unveil him.
Hello.
Hi guys, how are you?
Carlos, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien, muy bien. How are you?
Good. A little tired, but good.
Yeah, me too. We're working in a new. How can I explain it? Well, we are doing a masterclass in Mexico City about NFTs, Web3, the metaverse, and all that stuff. So we have a presentation tomorrow, and we are working on the masterclass for tomorrow. It was an intense weekend because there's so much information about the metaverse. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah. So you're hosting the meta class, or you're just attending the master class?
No, we are hosting.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's introduce you first to people who don't know. So, I guess your main name you go by is Calaveritas, right?
Well, that is like an alter ego I created for my first NFT project, but yes.
Okay. So to everyone out there, Carlos was one of our very first MasterBrews artists, and I believe one of our first holders as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So here's some of his pieces for MasterBrews.
I have this one on the far left. I hold that one. I love it.
So 3 were photography, and the other 2, if I remember right, were Mexico City, right? Photographs that you did stuff with.
Yeah, actually, the 5 are photography. I tried to do something different, and I love photography. Actually, in real life, I'm an architect, but I do a lot of photography. I have a company which specializes in aerial photography. So I try to do something different. The first 3 are for very common landscapes in Mexico City. The top left and the second one, they are from Tulum in Riviera Maya, and they are the prehistoric pyramids, which is kind of shady because it's you can't do drone photography in that place, but I did it. Yeah. The other one is in Cabo San Lucas, which is a very common place. It's called the Ark. And the other 2 are like something I was experimenting with long exposure in the night, and I thought they were kind of cool.
Yeah,
The one
I specifically like the bottom one. The
one in the bottom reminds me of. I'm not a fan of Marvel comics, but reminds me of the stuff that Iron Man has in the chest.
Oh, I never would have thought of that, but yeah, the arc reactor.
Yeah, exactly that thing.
Yeah. And then you also did some stuff. I know you did derivatives that were skeletal based. You did some for the Bored Apes. You did some for Whelps as well
Yes,
for our
yeah,
winners. Yeah. And
yeah.
then
That's a project I started a year ago. Well, like 10 months ago. Um, I still hold. Well, back in those days, I still had a couple Bored Apes, and I thought they were gonna be like very popular, but the truth is that I stopped promoting that project. I think now would be a good time with all that is going through the Bored Ape Judge Club and the metaverse and the other side and all that. But yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
So we can bring us to the topic. Now I know it's top secret, so we
okay.
will not press you to reveal anything you don't want to reveal yet. But we'll let you talk about your upcoming project. You can tease it as little as much as you want to say. That we're going to leave that on you. But let's see if you can pique people's interest and reveal. It's up to you. Reveal as much as you want or as little as you want.
Okay. Well, first of
But
all,
if
thank you
you if you
for.
if you don't want it revealed, don't tell Keith.
Too late.
Okay. Now, first of all, thanks for inviting me to this space. And I've met, like he said, I met Keith like maybe a year ago. We've been working together, and with my partner Oriana, she's in front of me, but she's working on the master class. She's in the stream, but working on the master
Do-
class.
should I bring her into the stream?
Um, yes, sure, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
She said she okay.
Hola.
She's from Argentina. I'm from Mexico City. We both live in Mexico City. So we've been in the NFT space for a couple years, maybe, and we have done a few collections, but nothing special. I mean, the calaveritas and all the stuff. But we thought about doing something big, and we thought about a play to earn ecosystem, and that's what we are building. We are creating a new project. It's called the Locker Room, which is related to sports. The first phase is going to be about football or soccer. We have this dilemma about how to call it because in Latin America, if you say soccer, it is not the proper way to call it. It's called football. But if you are in the US, it should be called soccer. So we still don't know what will be the official communication.
Yeah.
But it's related with soccer or football.
Because
And the
writing, you can write FUTBOL, right? Even in English.
yeah,
But when you say it, yeah, Americans are gonna default to think American football.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So it is related to soccer or football, whatever you want to call it. It's a derivative project for a very popular and common project. Maybe
Well,
Oriana can tell you a little bit about that. And what we are doing is we are creating a play to earn game. We will design. We still don't know how many, but we have like maybe 10,000, 15,000 NFTs, which will be the players of the game. We have signed a deal with a very successful company for developing the game and also for developing all the um, solidity contracts and everything that is needed, which is MasterBrews. We are very excited working with you guys.
I've heard
And
of
we are
them.
very
Yeah.
excited about the project.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I heard they were cool. And no, we also we cut down a lot on clients we accept now because last quarter some things didn't go great with some clients, so we're a lot more strict and picky. So we're very happy to take your guys' project on. We obviously know more details than you're able to share. And yeah, we think it's going to be a fantastic project. So we're happy to work with you guys on it. Happy you chose us.
Yeah, we were working. What we wanted to do is work with the with top of the like top companies. We are working with you, the guys in Mexico, which we you will meet pretty soon because it's something we know we have to work together. They have developed a lot of games for Android. I mean, they have a lot of experience. The art, we are working with a very well designer in Mexico City. He has worked with top brands like BMW, Ford.
Yes, we are in the same room.
Sorry.
So he worked for in cartoons also, so he's really really great. And the thing is, we want to capture all this passion that we have in Latin America about soccer. That's our main goal. I grew up in Argentina, so you can imagine how big here is Maradona, Messi, and soccer. And this is something that we I felt since I was a kid. So we want to translate it to the community, and we want to show the idea of the local is something more than football. It's not only like the technical part or the kick or the goal or whatever. It's all the things that happen around, all the passion for the sport, all the enthusiasm
Lifestyle.
of the
Yeah.
people, the
Carlos,
lifestyle of the
Carlos, can you
players.
mute
Like
yours?
everybody knows
We're hearing
how
her in
players get to
quadruples.
be in the best parties and get to experience the best things in life. So one of the things we want to bring to the project is all these other things that are around soccer. So one of the utilities we are going to give to our community is to have access to events in real life. So we are working really really hard to with brands and venues and all these other things that we are going to be able to bring to our community, so they are not only have access to a play to earn game and to the art and to the NFT. This NFT is going to work as a membership card, but a very interesting one because it's going to be great for all the fans. So that's what we want to bring to the project and to our community. And so this is why we are very excited about this project.
Excellent. So I should ask again, since it's coming up soon, are you guys going to be at NFT New York this year?
Yes, this this project is about community. I think it needs like a solid foundation, and we are pretty sure that the sports community is like uh, very big, and we can build a strong community around the project.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So we can share a little news. So last year we met. The first time we met in person was at Yard House, right? So we're actually going to throw a little MasterBrews party at Yard House this year. So obviously you guys are more than invited if you're in town, and we'll be, giving more details to anybody in any of our communities who's going. But yeah, it's funny because we met at Yard House, and now we were just talking this morning. Hey, we should rent Yard House and throw a little party this year. So it looks like we're going to be doing that, assuming they still have space. But
Yes, we already have our tickets for NFT NYC, the plane, everything is good to go.
yeah, we thought about speaking again this year, but they rejected Adam and myself. Apparently, we weren't good enough for them. So
Yeah. Well, you had last year, and I guess they were
Yeah,
like,
we
"Oh, I
thought
remember
about
those guys from last
doing
year."
a Latin American panel. I think the Latin America community in NFTs is huge, but there is like a barrier of entrance, and it's the language.
Mm.
A lot of
Yeah.
people are interested in NFTs but doesn't speak English, and it's very hard for them. So we thought about creating a panel for Latin American, but speaking in Spanish and all the communication in Spanish. And I guess Oriana applied, but she didn't have a response. So I think we also get rejected.
So
the thing, what I asked if we could organize like a panel in Spanish inside the conference, and I didn't hear back. But the thing is, they did send me something about I don't know, like a plan B. So they are going to have like a open mic kind of thing.
I saw that. Yeah, the unstructured or whatever they called it, something like that.
So I think we are trying to organize with other people in the Spanish-speaking community to go and have a little talk in Spanish. So people who is maybe reluctant to ask questions because they are kind of scared about if their language is correct or the pronunciation or whatever. So they have a space where they can ask questions and participate and interact. So I think that would be great, particularly because even in the States, there are a lot of people who speak Spanish. So having a little bit part in Spanish, it will be great.
Yeah, there's quite a few YouTubers who review NFTs in Spanish. There's I see more and more of them popping up. So.
Yeah, we've got a fairly big Spanish community as well in a couple of our projects, and I know we've had I think from Spain a few YouTubers say they wanted to make videos for us and help out with the community, so that's been fun. But obviously there's a difference there between Spain and Mexico. So
how do you feel about the prices though? Like, let's say a standard NFT mint, maybe it's around $200. Do you feel like NFT projects that target Latin America have to go cheaper? Or do you feel the people involved in crypto in those countries, they're no different, like they would pay as much as someone elsewhere in the world?
I think that people involved in crypto in Latin America are willing to spend the same amount of money that people in other places in the world. But the thing is that we are trying to onboard people who is not crypto native, and maybe for those people who need to pay with a credit card, of course not credit, but buy crypto with a credit card or transfer money from a bank account, and they are just starting. It's harder. I mean, it's the same, I think, everywhere in the world for the people who is just entering this space to be able to decide and spend $1,000 or $2,000 in an NFT. But maybe it's more difficult in Latin America because the amount of money we make in these countries is less. But the people who is already in the space, I think it's spending the same amount. And anyway, we are in different groups. We own Bored Apes, so we are in a Argentinian group of Bored Apes, and we are in a Latin American group of Bored Apes. And I think they are investing in the same thing that everybody else in the rest of the world.
So I think it's funny you ask this because last week I was attending a Twitter space, and it was hosted by big influencers in Mexico, like guys who have like 3 million followers on Twitter. 3 million followers on TikTok and in Instagram. And they were discussing exactly this. And they say, as we as Latin American countries, or for us as Latin American countries, it's pretty hard. If you haven't been in crypto for a long time, or you don't have enough ETH, it's going to be very hard to enter into new projects because they are launching at 0.075 ETH or 0.8 or 0.08. And they were discussing if I don't want it to sound like rough, but they were discussing if cheaper blockchains like Tesos or Solana are the ones who are going to prevail in Latin America because of the entry cost, or if Latin America would be able to succeed and mint and grow into Ethereum. So I think that's the big challenge developers like us have to onboard people in Latin America. And that's also something we have been discussing in the team about the project we are creating, because if we are planning to create a play to earn or an ecosystem about playing and earning, we have to create a ton of tokens. and the entry the entry point has to be low so we can onboard a lot of people.
Yeah, well, I think it's comparable to, a lot of play to earn games. They target those countries by using rental systems, right? This way, people like, for example, in the Philippines who want to play whatever it is, Axie or any of those games, I think to start Axie, you need like $1,000 or more dollars, so they're never going to play it. But they can rent it for free and just earn half the money for someone else for their virtual pimp. And I think, I think that approach is good. The games we're building, Waltz and Heroes and Villains, they're both going to have rental systems for that aspect, meaning you don't have to pay anything if you want to play still and be involved and be active. And then the hope is you earn enough that you really want to then buy your own character or, get to that point. So I'm not sure how a rental system, though, might work with your type of project. It's probably a little different than the standard type of game, but that might be something to still consider. Obviously, we'll brainstorm on it, but it's definitely a way to lower the entry price for people in certain countries.
Yes, what we thought about the play to earn is like different from Axie and all those games, because I have an Axie academy. I have like 25 guys playing in Venezuela, and the truth is that the market is doing so bad that they are not making enough money, not even to pay the rent, but to have to live. So we are thinking of this project like a play to earn in this way. Like first, the NFT is going to be your access key to the ecosystem and to the community, and you're going to play to earn in real life prices, which is what Ori spoke about. And maybe we could organize a tournament, and the winner will have tickets for the final of the Champions League or the final tournament in his country, or maybe a meeting with his dream, like with Messi or Ronaldo or whatever. So we are aiming to prices in real life. That's what people are going to be able to earn, not like the token by itself and hoping that someday it will moon and you will cash out and be a millionaire, because I think it's pretty hard to do that in the times we are living.
Yeah, it's a lot of the PDE tokens, they usually only make money for the people right at the very start, and then they all kind of fade away and crash. But I think that's also due to, like, a lot of them just have bad tokenomics, and a lot of them are just not fun games. Like, they're not games, they're utility and DeFi wrapped with a cartoon shell, but they're not real games. So I think that's the problem, and that's going to change. And give it another year, there will be plenty more that are actually video games first, and then they'll tie in the tokens. So I think those will have a much better shot at success. Because all the ones right now are just utility that you could do on a web page, and they just wrap it in a basic game that I would never play if this was a video game by itself. Like it's going backwards in time.
For most of those games, they're less in the play to earn category and more in the click to earn category, which really only takes you so far.
Yeah, like it's a chore. You go there, you have to do your chores, and then you collect for the day, and you're done. And it's not really fun. It's a lot of mobile games are that way too, though.
That's true.
They have been for years, but
there are a few of I've come to this realization a few times when I play mobile games. It's like, why exactly am I playing this? It's just the same. There's no end game. It's just do this, level up, do this, level up. Yeah.
It's like what happened with the Bored Ape when they released their game. It was like 1 million levels doing exactly the same, and it was so bored. But everybody was playing because you will win like a in real life prize about the Bored Ape. And this is something we have been discussing with the developers of the game. As I said, they have a lot of experience, and they have been throwing a lot of questions to us, like, what kind of game do you want to create? Is it a casual game where the kind of game like people are going to be playing where they are waiting for the doctor, or where they are in the subway? Or do you want to create a real fun game that engages people and they want to really play it? Like there are so many games like that are really fun to play, and that's what we are aiming for, like a real fun game.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah,
That sounds great.
That's our model too, right? Like with Whelps, the reason it's based after Mario Kart is because that's proven to be one of the most addictive games of all time. And if we can get any of the same level of success they had, that's perfect. Like then it's a video game first. People play it because they're addicted to it and it's fun, and then it just happens to be using the blockchain and using NFTs. But that's kind of like a bonus to the game itself, and we feel like it protects, right? Like let's say the NFT world completely crashed. Don't think it'll happen, but let's say it really does and people are totally turned off to play their own games. It's fine. We can still sell it as an actual video game and still make money that way, right? So it's a better strategy all around. We feel is just make a fun game and then tie in the pieces to basically bring it into the blockchain world. And I think more people are doing that now, and we'll see them. These games still take a year plus, so we'll see it. I don't know, next year, I guess, for the most part.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice that we especially are, and it sounds like you guys as well are looking to innovate a little bit in the space, because I don't know. Is anyone here familiar with a game called Alien Worlds?
Is that the Wax one?
For Wax, yeah. And not to impugn them at all. They're the most popular, most successful game on the Wax blockchain. So certainly they've done something right. But at the end of the day, essentially what you're doing is just it's a staking game, right? You're just mining a little bit of their token, and then you're waiting for a certain period, and then you're mining a little bit more. And so many other games on the Wax blockchain have taken that model now, where for a long time I was just saying, oh, all these games are just Alien Worlds clones. Maybe instead of mining on an alien world, you're mining on a train or mining in an ocean. But at the end of the day, you're still just clicking to earn. So yeah, it's nice to see some of the innovation.
There's another one on Wax that it had a massive amount of hype because they got wrestlers involved. They got Ric Flair. They got some people for this blockchain brawlers, and I bought in because I wanted to try it. I thought it'd be fun, but there was no game to it. Like they promote it hardcore as a game, and literally all you can do is select your wrestler, select what ring he's in, pick an item, and then just click fight, and that's it. There's not even an opponent in the ring. You click fight, you earn the token, and then it says, wait 1 hour, you can click the button again. That's all you do.
Right.
So very disappointing. Not at all matching the hype videos and the cool characters and things they had going on.
Well, yes. So there's a lot to be desired in the future of blockchain gaming, but it sounds like the people in this room have got it figured out. So,
well, proof will be when it's all released, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have a kid, and he's 8, and I've seen he loves playing games. He's a huge Minecraft fan, and as soon as he learned about Axie Infinity, it is the only thing he does. He understood that he can play and make something in exchange, and he's an expert. Like in 1 week, he knew all the cards, all the meaning. So I think for kids, it's more natural, this thing that we are building now.
My kid plays real life games. He buys things online, fixes them, and then sells them online. So yeah, someone has to gamify that into a token-based game.
Yeah, no, I don't know many people who play. I know Adam's kids play, I think, Roblox. And I think there are some blockchain games that want to tie into the Roblox kind of network and build things that connect there. So that might be something that gets popular as well soon.
And yeah, Roblox is really perfect for blockchain gaming if somebody could figure out a way to just link the two together.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some that have mentioned they're working on different modules or games or. But yeah, I guess that's popular. It's very voxel style art though, which is, it's I guess appealing to some people, especially kids. But
it's a lot of like create your own game as well, which is a perfect utility for a token. So it's it's got everything built in right there. Yeah.
Well, let's ask your guys' opinions on the other side. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about its future? How the drop went, like everything related to it?
No.
Oh.
About the other side, like the Yuga Labs.
Yeah, Yuga Labs other side.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm a bit excited about it, but I think a lot of people is misunderstanding that it's gonna be like an RPG game. I'm a huge fan of RPG games. I used to play Final Fantasy, and then when I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy, and then when it created the first MMORPG, the multi-massive role-playing game, it was amazing, and I think that's what they are building. It's not like a traditional metaverse like well, that's my thought. It's not going to be like Decentraland or I don't know, Sandbox, where you just have a plot and you build your gallery or your house or whatever you want to do that. And it's gonna yeah, as a multiplayer game, I think it's gonna be interesting how you interact with other players and what you can do to mine resources and what you can do with them. And I think it's gonna be pretty interesting. Yes.
Yeah, and do you get into that? Did you get any quotas or artifacts?
I have 6 plots because of my ape, and no, I think I have a few more because I have an ape and a couple mutants, and I have a couple colas. Yes.
Oh, nice. Well
Nice.
done.
I was lucky for the first time ever. I got something, if not rare, something scarce. And Oli also has blood, so we'll see what we can build together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 3 plots and they're pretty basic looking. Nothing special about them. I'm pretty sure one of them is 1 star with like 1 resource. And one of them had an artifact, but then it turned out it was the most common artifact. And that was it. The other one sucked.
Yeah, I also have the most basic ones, but I bought on secondary market a coda. I wanted to have one.
Oh yes, those codas.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, we still don't know what the codas are gonna do, and everybody is very excited about codas. And imagine if they are like the bad guys on the other side, and instead of helping you, they are like the ones that mine your resources and steal them or whatever. I mean, we are speculating on everything, so it's and I think that's what makes it special and interesting. All the excitement in all the people, and we have no idea what it's gonna be about.
Yeah. I mean, like Yuga Labs or hate them, they're certainly doing something in the space that is bringing a lot of attention and getting them a lot of publicity. And I mean, they seem to have figured out the code, so good for them.
Yeah, so I guess we will see. No one really knows the time frame either, so it could be
probably not even them.
10 months.
Yes. the thing is, we almost canceled. We had a plane ticket. We were going to Las Vegas to get the COVID shot for my son. So, and the time of the flight was the same time that they were going to release the lands. and we were about to cancel
Like
the
that
flight.
canceled?
Because you were thinking, imagine if we are in the plane and the Wi-Fi on the plane doesn't work. What we are going to do? We are going to jump from the plane. So at the end they changed the time, so we kept the flight. But it's insane that we were about to cancel a plane ticket because of a virtual land sale, something we don't know nothing about.
Imagine telling that to your non-NFT friends, like, "Hey guys, we had to cancel our flight to Vegas.
Yeah,
We'll be
well,
there
I
later
told my
because
mom.
because we have to buy some cartoon land."
Yeah, I told my mom, and she was like, "What are you talking about?" I don't.
Oh man, the things we say in sentences today that we never thought we'd hear even a year ago or 2 years ago.
Yeah,
That's funny.
that's the thing. If you told me that this was going to happen a year and a half ago, I thought you were joking or kidding. I would never imagine this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's still. Yesterday, I was at a family gathering and tried to explain to some people that came to ask me what I do, and it was pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working for like 15 years in digital marketing, so it took me around 10 years for my folks to understand what I was doing, and now they do understand. I changed the game, and now
Yeah.
they don't understand.
Well, now my mom likes to annoy me by sending me every morning some article she pastes like, "Oh, Ethereum crashing or Bitcoin crashing." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm well aware. I don't need to see it every morning at extra time."
Yeah,
But
no, exactly.
¿le pones mute?
I
It's not only related to old people or our parents. Today, a couple hours ago, I had a meeting with a friend of mine who is a developer in real life. He's building right, I mean, in our same neighborhood. And the reason I approached to him is like we are planning to develop in Los Cabos
Mhm.
with crypto. So I spoke with him and maybe we could do something together. And he was like, no, 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 because crypto is like the worst thing in the world and it crashed last week. But he's my age. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then he said, like, oh, after a unsuccessful meeting, he ended like with something like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure you are that kind of guy who is buying land in the metaverse, right?" And I said, "Like, of course, I'm buying land in the metaverse."
you mean someone
But
smart?
he didn't understand that. I didn't try to make him understand it is the future or it is the present because he doesn't have like I don't know how to say it, but he doesn't have the vision that it is the present and that his sons are going to be interacting in the metaverse, and that's something we all have to onboard.
Yeah.
So you know what I find funny is a terminology, and I think we all use it. Instead of saying online and offline, most people say like online or crypto space or NFT space, but then they say or in real life.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny to me that everyone makes the online part sound like it's a fake life. It's not real, it's virtual. As opposed to just saying, online, offline and making it simple. Everyone's always like, well, I can do this in real life. You're like, okay, as opposed to the fake life I work in 24 hours a day.
Yeah, my real life and my online life have collided. There's no difference now.
Yeah, so I always find that one amusing that even I use it and I mention in real life too, but then I'm like, I should just say offline. Like
Offline.
that's the proper term.
Outside.
Yeah.
There's that subreddit R outside, which treats outside as if its own video game. So that's humorous.
Any closing? I guess we should wrap up soon. So, any closing thoughts you guys would like to add or state about anything? Literally anything. Our show is very open.
Or any. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, well, we are going to invite everybody soon to be a part of our our development. We are going to be calling all Bored Apes holder to be a part, kind of take part in this project. So we hope that people who is listening and maybe own a Bored Ape will want to join. And also, I would love to meet everybody in person in New York City.
Absolutely.
So if someone who is listening sees me, I will be glad to speak with everybody and make the community stronger.
There's only one guy you got to watch out for. It's this creepy guy with a beard and a cat. If you see him coming, you probably want to turn the other way.
The way most people do.
And Carlos, any closing comments?
Yes, thanks for the invite. And also, like Ori said, Ori for Oriana, we are working very hard really in this project. We spoke with you and maybe you thought like we are a bit like we haven't spoke with you, but that's because we are like having everything clear in our first vision. To have everything clear, we are working with lawyers, we are working with a translator, with development, with you guys, with the game guys, with everything, so we could do an amazing launch of the project. That we will launch it once we are ready and we know we comply with all regulations, with all the thing with the Bored Apes, we are going to pay for the IPs of their Bored Apes. So we want to have everything good to go. We are working hard on our end, and as soon as we are ready, which I hope is going to be no more than a couple of weeks, we will do a big launch. In the meantime, we have already set up our social networks. It is called, on Twitter you can find us as TLR underscore locker room, and that's our Twitter, so you can find us. And we will be posting a few things about the project. We are gonna reveal like little teasers, and once we are good to go, we will do this.
Is that correct?
So everybody's welcome to the project, and we'll be happy to onboard the MasterBrews community into the project.
Is that correct, what I've put up here? TLR underscore locker room?
Yes, that is correct.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming on. And yeah, for anyone who catches this show, the locker room is what you want to be on the lookout for. And we'll, of course, bring you more news when it's closer to launch. And especially if you're part of the community in MasterBrews, any of our projects, I'm sure you'll be hooked up in some form or fashion to be able to get in on this. And any Bored Ape holders out there, we know a few, and obviously you guys know quite a few of them. You'll have some special perks, I guess we could say, without giving too much away.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right. That is our MasterBrews Monday. So thank you guys. Gracias. Hasta luego. And we will. We'll probably speak before, but we'll see you in New York because we'll be there, our whole team as well.
Absolutely. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
See you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.